You've probably heard about AI agents, right? Well, think of them as the next generation of software. Seriously, they don't just answer your questions, they actually get things done. They can research, they can automate, and they can complete some pretty complex tasks all on their own. But here's the catch. There are a ton of them out there. So how do you know which one is actually right for your work?
Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through the noise. First, we'll nail down what an AI agent even is. Then, we'll dive into the specific tools for the tech folks, and, of course, for all the business pros out there. I'll give you a super simple way to choose the right one for you, and we'll wrap up by looking at why this is all going to be so important for the future of work.
All right, let's start with the absolute basics. What really separates an AI agent from, the chatbots we're all used to by now? Turns out the difference is pretty huge.
Okay, so here's the key idea. An AI agent is built to act. You don't just ask it for a piece of information, you give it a goal. And from there, it figures out the steps and actually goes and does them. The idea of a digital coworker is spot on. It's not a tool you have to operate step by step. It's more like a partner you can delegate tasks to.
And this is where the magic really happens. See, an agent doesn't just follow some rigid script. It can come up with its own complex, multi-step plans. It can connect to your other apps using what are called APIs. Think of them like digital handshakes between different pieces of software. And most importantly, it uses reasoning to figure things out if it gets stuck. That ability to work on its own, that's the real game changer.
This right here makes the difference crystal clear. A chatbot is reactive. You ask, what's the refund policy, and it sends you a link. An AI agent, on the other hand, is proactive. You say, process a refund for this customer, and it actually logs into the system, does the transaction, updates their record, and shoots them a confirmation email. See the difference? It doesn't just give you information, it gets the job done.
Okay, so now that we've got a handle on what agents are, let's talk about who's building with them. We're going to start with the technical teams, because they're using some seriously powerful frameworks to create the next wave of AI apps.
If you're a developer and you want to build your own custom AI system, this is your toolkit. Frameworks like LangChain, Crew AI, and Microsoft's AutoGen are basically the Lego blocks for creating intelligent agents. They provide the foundation so you can build really sophisticated, custom-tailored solutions from the ground up.
So, what can you actually do with these things? Well, take Crew AI, for example. It lets you build a crew of specialized agents that actually work together. You could have a researcher agent grabbing data, an analyst agent finding trends, and a writer agent drafting a report, all collaborating automatically. AutoGen is amazing for building agents that can talk with you and reason through a problem, almost like a brainstorming partner. And LangChain is kind of like the universal glue that connects all the pieces, linking the AI models to your data and tools.
So here's what that actually looks like. Let's say you give your agent crew one single goal: create a market research report on electric vehicles. The first agent starts scouring the web for all the latest data. A second agent then analyzes those findings and puts together a solid outline. A third agent takes that outline and drafts the full report. And maybe you even have a final editor agent that reviews the whole thing for clarity. This entire assembly line can just run on its own. Pretty cool, right?
But hey, what if you don't write code? You are definitely not being left out. In fact, maybe the most exciting part of this whole trend is how AI agents are becoming available for everyone. There's this new wave of platforms designed specifically for business pros to automate their daily work.
And these tools are getting super specialized. You've got platforms like Harvey, which acts as a co-pilot for lawyers, helping them review contracts in minutes instead of hours. There's Decon, which can handle huge volumes of customer support tickets. For marketers, WorkFX AI can automate everything from SEO research to running entire campaigns. It's all about giving every professional a dedicated AI assistant for their specific job.
And as you can see, these agents are popping up in every part of a business. They're on the front lines of customer support, they're qualifying sales leads by updating your CRM for you, and they're doing the initial heavy lifting on legal research. The common thread here? They are taking on the repetitive, time-sucking tasks, which frees up the human experts to focus on strategy and the work that really matters.
Take finance, for example. Imagine an AI agent that's plugged into your company's financial data. It's not just spitting out a report at the end of the month. It's watching everything in real time, constantly updating forecasts, and instantly flagging anything that looks weird and might signal a problem. This completely changes the finance team's job from just reporting on the past to actually strategizing for the future.
Okay, I know that is a lot of options. So how in the world do you choose the right one for you? Let's break it all down into a really simple framework to help you find your perfect fit.
This should make it way simpler. Just ask yourself one question. What's my main goal here? If your goal is to build a totally custom system, you need those developer frameworks like Crew AI. If you just want to automate your existing work without touching any code, then no-code platforms are going to be your best friend. If your job involves a ton of deep research, look for professional assistants like Harvey for law. And if you need to manage a big content pipeline, then a dedicated marketing agent is the way to go.
At the end of the day, there's really no single best AI agent. The best tool is the one that fits the specific task you're trying to do, matches your skill level, and really importantly, connects with the software you already use. It's all about finding the right tool for your specific job.
So finally, let's zoom out for a second. Why does any of this matter? Because AI agents aren't just another new tool. They represent a really big shift in how we interact with all of our software.
This prediction from Gartner is just wild. They're forecasting that by 2026, 40% of all enterprise apps will have AI agents built right in. Just let that sink in for a moment. A year ago, that number was less than 5%. This is not a slow, gradual change. This is an explosion, and it's a huge signal that agents are becoming a core part of how software gets made.
The big picture here is that agents are becoming a totally new interface for our software. Just imagine an intelligent layer that sits on top of all your different apps. So instead of you having to click through 10 different menus and 3 different programs, you'll just tell your agent the goal, and it'll handle the entire workflow across all of them for you. And that leaves us with this final, really important idea. AI agents aren't just another passing trend. They are quickly becoming this new, powerful layer that sits between us and our software, changing our relationship with technology from one where we operate it to one where we delegate to it.
If you found this useful and you want to keep up with how AI is changing the way we work, make sure to subscribe for more explainers just like this one.
Thanks so much for watching.